From Japanese Wordle to the best online dictionary and a super effective grammar drill, here are 5 websites Japanese learners must know. Now, we all know about jisho.org. I mean, if you don't, here's an extra site. But jisho.org is the most standard Japanese to English dictionary. You can search for any word in here, whether you're searching the kanji, hiragana, romaji, or even English words. From here, you can see the definition, pronunciation, even JLPT ranking, and whether it's a common word or not. You can even highlight over the links button over here and search for sentences, which will show you a bunch of sentences from the website Tatoeba.org, which I guess you can also count as a bonus website. On Tatoeba or Jisho, you can even mouse over the words with something like Yomi-chan, and you can press the little green button here to add this word and the entire sentence to your Anki. For a tutorial on how to install Yomi-chan, check up here. But that's not even the website that I want to show you, because I think you guys already know this. The website I do want to show you is even better than Jisho.org, and that's JapanDict.com. That's dict spelt with a T. I have a feeling YouTube subtitles are probably going to generate something weird for me. Anyway, JapanDict works very similarly. It shows you even more information, including the pitch accent, and you can even hear it. Other stuff that includes is also the stroke order, and it also keeps the example sentences from tatoeba.org, but it also gives you the audio. Okay, so now that you have access to a dictionary, you can look up new words. What are we gonna do with all these new words? Why not check out Kotobade Asobou? This website is basically Wordle for Japanese. To start, let's guess a random word. So I'm gonna use utsumuku, which I find is an excellent word because it uses all Euro kanas, which will help me figure out whether this is a verb or not based on the last kana. Now, what do we have here? Why do some of these have arrows and why is this one yellow? Okay, well, the yellow one means that this u is somewhere in this 4-letter word, but it is not here. The tsu in the middle has nothing on it, which tells me that the kana in this row is not an uro kana. It is either a, I, E, or O, and it is also not in the T row. The mu here has left and right arrows. It tells you this kana is something on the u row. And finally, the ku over here has an up and down arrow, which tells me that the final kana is either ka, ki, ke, or ko, or ga, gi, ge, go, but it is not ku and it is not gu. So knowing this information, I can automatically move this u to the 3rd row because I know that the 3rd row wants an u. So my first guess would be shoko. If I hit enter, you can see what happens. The first 3 letters are marked green, which means they are correct. The last one is marked with a green circle. What this means is that this is in the correct position, however, it needs the tenten, which means that this word is actually shogo. You can press this little question mark icon if you want to see the instructions, and if you can't read Japanese yet, you can simply change it by pressing the 3 buttons up here and then changing this to English. Also, to help you out with this, there's a website called bluesnap.net. Here you can search for words begins with. It is a 4-kana word and it is exactly 4 letters. We can hit search and it will show us a list of all the 4-letter words that start with shol. Conversely, we can also end with shol. And so this is just a very handy tool if you're stuck on Kotobade Asobou. Every day there'll be a new word and you can share your results on our Discord server linked below. Now with these words, you can find the definition and the reading on jisho.org or use Yomi-chan. However, Yomi-chan readings are a lot of the times wrong.
背景
In order to find native pronunciations of words, we can use forvo.com. So if I type in shoko over here, we can find that 4 native Japanese speakers have pronounced the word shoko. If you're learning Japanese, I'm assuming you're also learning standard Japanese, so make sure that the reading you're using is somewhere from Tokyo or it's someone speaking with the standard Japanese dialect. If you choose a pronunciation from somewhere that is not Tokyo, like Osaka for example, they may speak in Kansai Ben, which means that the pitch accent will be different to standard Japanese. If you can't hear pitch accent yet, then check out this video up here, which will teach you how to hear the differences in pitch accent within 30 minutes. Okay, so Forvo is great for listening to individual words, but what if you have an entire sentence? Well, then I recommend going to highnative.com. On HighNative, you can press this ask button and you can ask all these types of different questions. The particular one I want to draw your attention to is, please show me how to pronounce. You can then enter in a sentence that you want someone to pronounce, and I would recommend putting this note in the note section, and this says, 標準語の発音をください, which means, please give me the standard pronunciation. Once you receive your responses from native Japanese people, you can hit these 3 buttons on the audio player and hit the download button to download the audio, and you can import this into Anki. Now, all of these are great to find new Japanese words, but what about grammar? Well, I do not recommend Tai Kim because of all the flaws in Tai Kim's method, which you can find out all about in this video up here. What I do recommend is learning from my teacher, Cure Dolly Sensei, and then checking out Don's Japanese conjugation drill. So to give you an example, let's start with the most basic stuff. Do not have polite checked until you can do everything else. Polite is desumasu. If you've been taught desumasu before playing for him, then that probably contributes as one of the reasons why Japanese makes no sense to you. Saying that learning desumasu first is better because you can use it to converse with people while completely leaping over the basics of the word is like saying, oh, Olympic divers jump off of that one, so I'm gonna jump off of that. By the way, I can't swim. This video up here explains in more detail why you shouldn't use desumasu form. But anyway, back to this drill. Once all of these are selected, we can hit go. And so we can see here the first word. If you cannot read the kanji, you can mouse over it and it'll show the furigana. So this is tatta, and we want to convert tatta into present tense. So it's simply tatsu. And then we can hit enter. And if it's green, you got it correct. If it's red, you got it wrong. The second, we start enabling more things, like for example, negative past te, kesanakute. So this one is kesu, but it's negative because it's kesanai, but it's also te form because it's kesanakute. And we simply want to change this as affirmative without taking away the te form. So in this case, it would be keshite. Now, I've been collecting a lot of websites over the past 2 years of studying Japanese. So if you would like more websites, then check out part 2 right over here.